The more you see things, the city is Cartagena.
Cartagena.
There are so many thoughts running rampant through my mind right now. I'm a little bit fearful of the unexpected. I really don't know what to expect, and I think that's natural. Salsa, bachata.
Oh,
yeah.
You got it,
yes.
merengue. Why do you invite me?
The more you travel, the more it opens up your mind. Yeah, the more you travel, the more you see things. I'm living proof. Take it from me. You will enjoy it. You know what? When it's all said and done, it's going to be a good vacation. Hopefully this won't be my last trip going to Cartagena. Yeah. Those who believe in good old-fashioned family values, love, and who's looking for marriage, who's looking to incorporate a helpmate, a life mate.
Hello everybody. Welcome to another Monday night webcast. It's good to see you guys.
Good to see you guys.
So, we have a lot of news on our seminars, tours, and we have a poll question for you. Let me start with the poll question, so you guys can submit your questions or answers in the chat below, so we can talk about it. So the poll question for tonight is: what changes will you make before meeting your future bride? And I'm not talking necessarily, appearance, because of course everybody would like to change something about them. Probably mostly talking about maybe you want to change some personal qualities or work on your communication skills or something else, because all of us has something they would like to change. So what would that be? Before you jump on the dating, before you bring your future foreign bride here and start adjusting to new life with her. So send us your answers.
Or maybe you're perfect and no changes at all should
And
be
if you're
made.
perfect, just give me your phone number. I just want to see this perfect person.
Maybe you just need somebody with you, you're perfect and just waiting for your special lady. So we have thousands of them. So guys, I'm just reminding you about our tours, coming up tours. So we have a Kiev, Kharkov, April 2nd, and Dnipro in Zaporozhye, April 9th. You can go if you want in a 4-city tour. So we have a Davao, Philippines, March 5th, and Peru, March 5th, and Costa Rica, March 19th.
So plenty of tours for you in March and April to take. Way to start your spring break.
Yeah, so spring in the year, guys, best tour in Kiev, Kharkov and Dnipro, Zaporozhye, going to be in April, nice weather, nice attitude. So, and a tour leader going with Joe, our police, he's working for police, but he's are going to be a tour leader in April, so totally safe.
Speaking of which,
He's right there
on the screen, yeah, like
and
Joe.
that fancy suit. So yeah, guys, going to be a lot of fun, very safe tour. So you have still have time to jump on a tour. So, and we have our special event for you called seminars, and it's going to be in Phoenix, here in Phoenix, February 15th, Las Vegas, March 7th, New York, yay, March 21st. What is special about that seminar? That your host's going to be me and Anna.
The best part.
Guys, that's a great chance to see us in live, ask us questions, have a lunch with us, and a lot of fun going to be on that seminar. So mark your calendar. So Boise, Idaho, March 28th, and we have Orlando, Florida, April 4th. So yes, special event you don't want to miss. Again, you can meet us, John, Tanya, his wife Tanya. So you can ask any questions. We're going to tell you everything about our company, what to expect on the tours, what to do, what not to do.
Especially what not to do.
What not to do, yeah. So we're going to have a special discount only for guys who is coming for our seminars. So mark your calendar. If you're near that area where I have tour seminars, please come join us. All right, so see what we have.
Yeah, let's start with a few questions and then we'll get back to the topic. Give me a second. From Bradford, what is the situation with the schedule for Shenzhen China's social events? Well, I just have an answer for you, I guess. So we canceled the upcoming Shenzhen tour in March. We're going to be rescheduling it for June. Sounds like June is a safe idea for now. If you're thinking about it, I would still hold on getting a visa and airplane reservations just until everything's settled, because you would not want to get the visa, book your flight, and then the whole story is not over with China by then, so you have to reschedule again. So just stay tuned. We'll have more updates, but as of now, game plan is to have a tour in June.
From Mark, Seattle, I'm going to visit Kyiv in May to meet with a lady. Can I hire a translator to the day from your Kyiv office? If so, how much does it cost? If you're going to tell me to contact the Kyiv office, then we're on that website. Is the Kyiv office contact information? Thanks.
That will be $20 an hour. Of course, you can hire an interpreter, so just reach out to me and I will get you in touch with Kyiv office. I'll be your point of contact. Next one from Ed. Interested in private tour. What do I need to do? Well, you need to give me a call, I guess. Or send me an email, travel@loveme.com, so I'll help you set it up.
From McKissick, good evening, everyone. Good evening.
I see you watching us. From JR, have lots of improvements to make. Yeah, back to the subject. Have lots of improvements to make. Not sure whether to start thinking about the ladies during or after I finished. Well, everybody, again, I think everybody has some improvements to make, but if you would change one thing, what do you think would be the major? Because, for example, some people need to work on their communication skills. They've lived alone for a while, they've been out of relationship for a long time, and they might forget how to communicate with their partner. They used to, not to have anybody at their territory, their homes, and suddenly this new person, new intruder, starts, living with you. So there was a lot of day-to-day questions to talk about, and you used to have things your way, and now you need to have your point across and be able to compromise and negotiate, because compromising is extremely important and what makes a relationship going. And again, after living alone, women want to be meet and by any means of Brad Pitt, they also put some effort in it, I guess.
So our grandmas always say a man should look like a little bit more, a bit better than a monkey. So remember that what they always say. I mean, that wasn't
my
like
uncle
that.
says the same thing, constantly. Yep. See, I guess this expression exists everywhere in Russia.
So you don't need to look like really handsome man, but you need to dress nice and have a nice haircut, like
be clean.
Shoes again.
You guys, if you have any questions about shoes, Dina will be the person to call. She can give you
Absolutely,
full guide
guys.
to where and what to buy. And
So
stuff.
last time we talked about penny loafer. So I looked
Dina,
at them.
just Google that.
Yeah, so they're okay. They're okay. Just
So Dina
whatever.
doesn't hate them as much as I do.
No, it's okay. But you have to wear with those kind of shoes. You have to be a suit probably. Yes, better. Not a jeans. I don't think they'll be good with jeans. So.
Another thing I would think about changing, some people might want to look into their habits. We all have some kind of bad habits or some kind of addictions one way or another. For example, gaming. A lot of people like to play video games, which there is nothing wrong with that, as long as you live alone. But when you start having somebody in your life, you bring a life partner from a different country nonetheless, you probably will have to cut down on your gaming time. It's one thing, if you're dating someone locally and she has established circle of friends, network, so while you're playing, whatever you're playing, she can go hang out with her girlfriends and has a night out and everybody's happy there. Or, do something else. When you bring in someone from another country, her entire world. She doesn't know anybody in the country except you. So you'll be solely responsible for her, daily routine, her entertainment, everything. And you can imagine, so she gives up everything she has, comes over to live with you, and you're sitting, 4 hours a day after work playing whatever it is. That's not gonna go well. It's probably not even gonna last 90 days.
If she likes to play games, so
what else you wanna marry gamer? That's it. Then two of you. Actually, I've read the stats somewhere that playing video games together helps to save marriage. Well, technically can ruin it as well. But I would say the same thing for any kind of hobby. So as long as you're sharing some kind of hobby with your partner, it will help to glue your relationships in many ways. So let's look at more questions here from Patrick. Hi, Anna and Dina. To answer your poll question, is that what I did to prepare for my future wife coming from the Philippines is I got myself ready by having a home, learning where the Philippine grocery stores are, my room and my home for her stuff, and so forth. We'll come down about having make room for her. I don't know, you might want to just let her decorate kind of the entire house, because when she comes to your bachelor pad in general, to make her feel welcome, you might want to throw away some of the stuff you have, curtains, towels, bedding, whatever it is, just throw it away, and just take your shopping, go to whatever store and buy all this stuff together. That's why she can decorate her nest and feel home, feel welcome, rather than you clean one room and here's your room. She's not a child, she doesn't need one room, it's supposed to be her home. And women like birds, they like to nest.
Yeah. So
let her do this.
Patrick, definitely throw away all that what you don't use for a long time. Yes, but don't make a lot of changes. So I met my husband through a foreign affair, and I came here 13 years ago. He bought a dresser. He has a beautiful walk-in closet, and he bought a dresser or took half of the room. So I didn't really like it. And he said, I bought it for you. I said, oh, that's so sweet. He decided that I need a dresser for some reason, but he already have a walk-in closet, so we just got rid of it not long time ago.
Expected a lot of shopping.
No, it's so much room. I like room, but some girls maybe like a dresser. So, but definitely don't buy nothing like furniture before she come here. So you should,
Yeah,
you could go
buy
again.
stuff together and ask
Yes,
her
together. That's absolutely the way to go.
But that
So-
speaks something about Dina's ability to compromise. She patiently hated that dresser.
No, he
She's-
spent so much money for
yeah,
that
I really know
dresser.
there's still emotional
So it was a nice
appreciation.
dresser. I just don't like when it's not a lot of room. I want a room. For me, it's more important than the dresser. So, what we have? Sorry, guys, we just have to
Think of-
roll,
of-
roll
think
back. Okay,
from
from Charles. I've noticed many Ukrainian and Russian ladies are highly educated. Why? Is it a cultural
Because
thing?
we're smart.
Because we don't have to pay a loan after
that
we're done
helps
with
too.
university. Is education there more affordable than in USA? Thanks.
Well, there's a lot of things
Well-
to say to it. Nowadays, actually, education's not as free as it used to be. So back in the day, when me and Dina went to college, that was
Free.
all free. Yep. Didn't have to pay for anything. Actually, was getting some scholarship. Entire $50 a month. But still
Yeah,
free.
yeah. I went to college and university was all free. So and yes, because it's free. After school, after we're done with school, we have to go to straight to university. I mean, some decide to go to college, but most of the girls go straight to university. Yes, it's how it's supposed to be. I mean, there, of course. I know here you can like wait till you're 30 years old and then decide to go to college or university. There, no. So after school, you go straight to college, university, and then you get married and have kids. So
And then you figure out whom you want to be because
Yeah.
you're making,
it's fast.
you know,
yeah.
like defining decision like choosing your profession at the age of 18. I guess when you don't pay for it, doesn't really matter. Then you figure out it later as you go. But here, I can see why a lot of people go to college in later years because they need to take time to be able to afford it financially, first of all, and second, figure out what they want to do with it. Hope that answers your questions.
No, always parents, my parents and Anna's parents probably, they'll say, so you have to, after school, you have to go to university, you have to have education first, a master degree, and then you can get married. So, but it's, by it's 5 years, so we done with school like at age 17.
Yes,
And
17,
so-
18, yeah.
You're done with education by 22 and then you get married, have kids, so it's still like,
Yeah, you still want to get your education
Young
out of the
and-
way before you proceed again with whatever it is you're doing. And plus, but the problem with the free education in Russia, Ukraine, because almost everybody, like 80% of the population have it, so it doesn't hold as much value as it, have it here, simply because again, everybody has college degrees, so it's irrelevant. So if a girl works the hair salon, she's a hairdresser. She probably has master's degree in something, but she makes more money as hairdresser. So unfortunately, financially, doesn't really bring much value into your life. But just general education, that's really.
I know my friend actually, her daughter, so she's a nail designer, how you call it, like she's working in a nail salon, she has her own nail salon and she's working there, and she was always want to do that, but her mom said, no, you're going to university, you go get your degree first, wherever university, and then you can work in your nail salon or wherever. So she went to university for 5 years and then she started working at her own nail salon.
But she made her mama happy.
Yeah, as long as, yes, the parents only happy when you have a, high degree.
So speaking of degrees, I remember I was in Kharkov one day translating on a date for one of my clients and a lady, and she was working in an economical crime investigating department, which you think would be a good job. And during the day she tells me, yeah, so I'm quitting this and I'm gonna just go work in a nail salon. Like, really? You quitting this to go do nails? She's like, yep, because so I'm working in this department and I'm making 300 a month. So in order, only way for me to survive, I start taking bribes. And I'm working in the economical crime investigation department. I don't want to take bribes. So I want to do my job honestly, but I can't. So saying the only way for me to,
Guys,
honestly make money.
when
is
you
the
go
nails.
there, you will see why girls who is working in nail salons and hair dressers, like they make more money than doctors. teachers. So because all girls look very pretty and they go into that nail salon or hairdresser like really often there. So it's a big competition there. So girls have to look pretty. So and they're using that services really often.
Yeah, and when you search on, going through, database and looking at profiles, and if you're looking for somebody who's highly intellectual and can keep up with the conversation and well-rounded in general, a lot of people would disqualify, people of certain professions. Don't do this because whatever she's doing for a living speaks nothing about her intellectual abilities and her education. So
she probably have 2 master degrees, and then she
Always.
decided to do, okay, I need to make more money, so go to the nail salon, work at the nail salon. So from Mark.
Mark, good evening, ladies. Is it better to book your airfare before you sign up for a tour or after? I would strongly recommend to book the airfare first, make sure that's secured, because for tour you can sign up more or less anytime. Airfare, I spent 3 last days myself shopping for the airfare for my upcoming trip. Like, if you see good price, you want to grab that first, so secure your airfare first.
From David, hello ladies. There are some changes I would like to make before I meet my future wife. The first one is to learn how to speak the Russian, and the second one is to move out of California and move either to a different state or possibly Canada or some Eastern European country. Oh, that's a big change actually. Move somewhere from California.
Yeah, I mean,
What happened?
depends
Beautiful state.
We were just talking about
David, tell us
California.
what happened in California.
As far as learning Russian, I mean, it's a great idea. I hear that a lot. All the guys say, I'm gonna learn Russian before I go.
You guys learn Russian
And
because
this
all
desire
Ukrainian
dies
girls,
right
yeah.
once they cross the border, meet the girl, and 2-3 words, спасибо, пожалуйста, have a good day. That's where it stops. Usually. I mean, John has been married to Tanya for 20 years, and thank God he doesn't speak Russian.
So my husband speak no Russian.
You can probably thank God.
We married, but he knows some bad words.
yeah, of course. I noticed a lot of things the foreigners pick up like curse words. The first thing they learn is, hello, goodbye, and whatever curse words.
We have so many curse words. You guys have only one or two.
Yeah,
they
two
have so
hands,
many.
yeah.
So.
Yeah, Russian
hard
is
to
very
learn, too.
creative. You just add somewhere, mix it up, put them in random order. Can
Beauty
sound
of
fun.
Russian language. Yeah, I was going to say learn Russian. If you go to Ukraine, learn Russian because all girls speak Russian there. So don't. I think Ukrainian a little harder. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's the majority changes. I wonder why.
Next one from David.
No, it was,
David. Okay, never mind. Somebody from
1 second.
Canada.
Bob.
From Bob. You mentioned in the previous video it's not good for a guy to start drinking heavily on a date. Oh, duh. I mean,
You
don't
guys
get
need to stay
intoxicated.
focused. You need
Yes.
to go
And then
around.
the brass, the beer brass. Nothing can be more exciting than the beer brass straight to your face.
That's not a party, like you go nightclub and you have fun drinking. You have a mission to do there. You have to choose a lady. So how are you going to do it if you cannot concentrate even? So
College bachelor's party.
a glass of champagne or 2, I think that's pretty enough.
But what if the girl is? What if the girl is the one who's the drinker? Well, let's see. At what point should a guy want to step away from a date without looking rude? Well, if you're uncomfortable, you can have your interpreter with you, so you can talk to the interpreter before you even start talking to people. Just give her signs. So, like for example, you can start touching your tie, so it means you're ready to move on, and your interpreter will politely excuse and to go on. And I mean, I did see a few girls who get intoxicated as well. So what happens quite often is so they come straight from work, so they haven't been eating all day, and here's 2-3 glasses of champagne. It doesn't take much, an empty stomach to glass champagne, and she's already out in the skies there somewhere. And she probably doesn't even normally drink, especially like that. But a couple glasses of champagne, would do it to her. So you can, cut her some slack in this case. So if you like, you might wanna get her phone number and just have coffee the next day and just see how she acts another day. If she keeps ordering wine on your follow-up date, there is a problem there. So just use your best judgment, I guess. And as a guy who doesn't drink, and come to find out a girl does on a date, well, you don't have to drink. Just let her order her wine. I've always in the past excused myself when finding that out without wasting. But again, I don't see the like, you don't drink, fine. Nobody's gonna be pouring vodka down your throat. But if she has a glass of wine with the dinner, I don't see how that's a deal breaker. Anyway, poll question answer. I would always make a list from her of exactly things she likes and try to make all the preparations ready by the time she comes to America. Well, it's a good idea. Definitely good to be prepared. But again, you can misunderstand stuff from this list. So, you might want to do the basics, but then, all other details, whatever she needs to accomplish, you might want to do it together. It will bring two of you closer together when you're working on the same project, whatever the project is. For example, you plan on buy a house. Well, don't buy a house without her. So you might want to rent an apartment until she gets here, and then two of you will shop for the house. So two of you can start a family in whatever house it is, or whatever it is you do. And shopping for a car, house, and new curtains. Just wait till she gets here.
From Alan. Hello, I'm Alan from Minnesota. How long does it take on average for 90-day fiancé visa take after it's been filled with the embassy?
Nowadays, it's about 6 to 7 months process for a fiancé visa to be approved, more or less. Still immigration, so about 6-7.
Yeah, I did that fiancé visa. It was 7 months. So it was really quick because by the so we have to fill out a lot of papers and have to do other stuff like take care of your apartment, like work. So yeah, 7 months, and it's not a lot of time. So.
From Alan, hi ladies, hope you're both well. It's Alan from Australia. I really want to every time read it with Aussie accent. I just can't, but I really want to.
Say it.
The answer to the poll question would be to get ready both mentally and physically, which I'm doing right now, figuring out what I truly want and I don't want. Also preparing for when she comes over here. Well, that's really a good game plan.
A way to go.
Yes. Figure out. Yeah, probably you need to start with yourself and figure out what you want, what will, what are deal breakers for you, and what can be negotiable. So it will really help establish boundaries in the relationship and keep moving forward.
From Stefan, how can I verify if someone has received my letter? I had received confirmation that my lady friend was not available by phone, so the letter was mailed to her. I had not received any info since. So I wrote her again today. Can I get confirmation update?
You might want to take a moment before you keep writing letter after letter, because sometimes it takes a while for us to reach your lady. She might be out of town and she's not answering her phone. She might be out of town for a few days, and so it's gonna take us some time. So what I would recommend to do in this case, just send a message to our express mail department. Email address is mail@loveme.com, or you can call operator here in Phoenix and they will transfer you to the correct department so they can look into this for you and contact her and have local office call her, send her a mail or message to figure out what's up with her and whether she's interested or not, and let you know. And so we'll take care of it for you. Just reach out to express mail.
From Sly, do Ukrainian women like dogs? They love them. Yeah. Some
like
cats, some like
everywhere,
cats,
some
dogs.
people are dog people, some cat people, but overall, usually there's no problem with that. Dogs are so cute. From Chuck, there are quite a few new profiles of ladies from different cities in Russia recently on the AFA website. What are they expecting from us? Will they travel to other cities in Europe to meet? Or they have only expecting letters from us guys? What do you recommend? Well, that's a complicated.
Chuck, borders is not closed. You still can go to Russia. You don't need a visa.
You would need to. They'll expect you to travel to Russia in the end of the day, because they will not be traveling to Ukraine because of it's really complicated now. You need an invitation because of political situation between Russia and Ukraine. So if you're doing, for example, a group tour in Ukraine, I would not be expecting a lady from Russia to come to Ukraine. So so if you correspond with someone, if you really like her, you would really have to travel to her city, which is complicated because we never recommend to travel to meet only one person. Well, you don't know how it's gonna mean. You might hate each other guts within 5 minutes after you meet. And what do you do then? right? So, and if you travel to Omsk, Russia for one girl, 50-50 chance. She might be the one or she might not be. And you're stuck in Omsk, Russia. So, so in this case, I would recommend to at least consider meeting people like St. Petersburg or Moscow. So at least there are a few additional profiles. If it doesn't work out with this girl, we can schedule meetings with somebody else, and you never know how things go.
From Makistik, in the case of a single mother, at what point should we meet the child? Do you recommend our having some one-on-one time with the child?
Well, I would say probably wait till she's ready to introduce to her kid, because it's serious. She's not going to be introducing her child to every guy she's dating to. So if she does it, it is serious. So she's been, so it's not going to be happening most likely on first or second date.
It's probably going to happen on your second or third visit there. So she need to make sure she is serious about the relationship and everything. On one-on-one, so depend what age child.
Yeah.
You might don't want to.
You definitely would want to do some things with the kid. Maybe not necessarily one-on-one, because I don't know how comfortable she will be with that. But because she would want to, because she doesn't know you still that well. So even though she's serious, she still might want to see that you right fit, that you will be a good father to a child. So she wants to observe everything. So if you guys go into a zoo, she would want to go obviously and see how your communication is going. From Makistik, for Colombia, what are some novellas that we can watch to give us some insight into Colombian culture? I don't know. I mean, I haven't watched Latin America telenovelas since I was in Russia in my high school years. They were showing that on TV all the time.
It wasn't even from Colombia. It was more like from...
Mexico. They had plenty of Mexican soap operas, but...
Brazilian
was huge. Argentina was...
I don't know, from Colombia.
No, I mean, when you think about it, probably there was one or two from Colombia, but not as popular. But anyway, unfortunately, I cannot recommend it. But if you go to Spanish-speaking forums, or just subscribe to Telemundo or something, I mean, I'm sure they're showing something there. just poke through channels. I know
Sly telling us that he knows the Colombian girls like dancing. They love to dance. So girls, if you go to Colombia, guys, so you need to learn a couple salsa moves. So, and they even have competition there. So you go dance and you can win a big prize there. I heard about it. So from JC.
Hi to my favorite two ladies.
Yay.
Oh.
Thank you, JC.
all over YouTube profile and Instagram is Poltava, but you do not go there any longer. Why? Well, as far as I'll read it in parts because it's a long message. So as far as Poltava, we used to have an office in Poltava. Unfortunately, we had to close it down because really nobody would go there. Wonderful little town, so many great ladies, but it is a little out of the way. There is no airport in Poltava, so it's a little pain in the neck to get there. So if you still want to go to Poltava, we still can arrange, some one-on-one introductions there, but we will not be able to facilitate the tour since we don't have an office there. What changes will I make before I meet my future bride? First of all, my appearance and clothes, of course. New shoes will be first on my list.
Yeah, Jesse, good job, Jesse, good job.
I want to make an impression, a lasting impression. Good job. Somebody's listening to us.
Yeah.
Second, learn what I must bring on the first date after the social. Good point. Yes, bring a flower or just small cute gift, something.
Hey guys, flowers always work perfectly. European girls like flowers, so.
And third, always be attentive to her and learn everything about her and her family. Jesse, you know everything, so I don't know why
you're ready.
You're ready to go. Get on a plane. And number 4, be very romantic and show affection by touching her. Yes, depends what stage of relationship you're in. I've seen on one of my recent tours we had somebody who was very romantic and definitely enjoyed touching people. That did not go well. And women were telling me, can you tell him to stop touching me because we're not couple. I'm uncomfortable with that. And he would not do anything horrible, but just a little too excessive was is this touchy thing.
So unfortunately, yes, in our culture we don't hug right away. So we have to know a person before we kiss or hug. So we don't go hugging it right away. So no touchy.
yeah, just so I mean, Eastern Europeans can come across as a little standoffish at first, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if usually by the date 3 or 4, that this ice wall should start
Yeah.
melting. If it's not melting, then there is a reason for concern. And I'm not saying she's gonna jump on you on the third date. No, that's not gonna happen either. But just when you try to hold each other's hand or something, so you should be more or less comfortable with hands holding around third date plus minus. So
Yeah, but let her decide. I mean, she
Yeah,
will
just-
touch
she will
your
initiate
hand.
the car.
Yes.
Yes. Again, don't jump on the poor girl on the second date.
Oh.
Choke her with hugs.
Yeah, guys, we need to warm up first. So that's just nothing wrong with you. Just in our culture, we need the time to warm up first. So. So Makisik, for the college-educated ladies, when they immigrate to the U.S., will they still be on the hook for their student loans, income, taxes?
To answer your question, first of all, for the most of it, they don't have student loans. For the most of it, because
Yeah.
education is free.
And
so
if it's not free, we just paying it right away. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not
so
so much. We can
it's
afford it.
uncommon. Yeah, it's not common case to have outstanding student loan. It's not like in this country as far as income tax. They subtract. You don't. It's again, it's a little different. For example, in Eastern Europe compared to the United States. So it is subtracted. I mean, there's nobody's behind on their income tax unless you're like oil corporation. But as far as individual taxpayer, it's a little bit different system. So that's not an issue either. So I mean, so the only thing is like in Russia, if she has a lot of personal debt, she borrowed a bunch of money from different banks and her stuff in collection, that might restrict. They will not let you out of airport. So because they check everybody's names in the debt collector database, and there's some significant, specifying significant amount of money. Then they're not gonna let you out. So of course, if we're talking about $20, no, that's not a big deal. But if it's a good chunk of money, that might be an issue.
From Sly, I heard the gringo who can do salsa, they really like.
Well, yeah, I mean, anybody who can do
Yeah.
salsa, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. From Sly again, Chinese women like a more modest guy.
Oh, I mean, all Chinese women are different.
They look like they really like modest guy, right?
I mean,
They
everybody.
look
I
like-
mean, everybody, probably would enjoy that. From GR, nothing wrong with stepping up the dress code. Exactly.
Yeah.
From Garrett, do you think Ukrainian women are open to prenuptial agreement, or will it be a deal breaker for them most? Well, that's a good question that guys mention often. So prenuptial agreement is not something very common, to say at least in Eastern Europe, well, in other cultures as well. In some, but not as many. And at first, when you bring it up, she might take offense of it. So again, don't think, she's a gold digger. No. She's just worried because she's given up everything she has to be with you, and she'll look at it this way: that you don't trust me. So this way, you might wanna, just calm her down, explain that it's a normal procedure here, especially if you have some assets to protect. There is nothing wrong with that. But when it comes to prenup, you definitely would have to show it to her and discuss it with her. It's not like you give her 5-chapter book to sign without reading it. Any judge will throw it away anyway. And if you get to court and to get a divorce, it has to be translated in her native language. And so it would be great, you'll have a record of her having an interpreter if it's not translated. Anyway, so something you can document that she read and understood what this prenup says. And also don't bring in on day 89 when she's on fiancé visa here. That's not gonna go well too. So that's something to talk about for extensive period of time. Bring it very careful, and again, don't be worried if she's a little nervous about it at first.
Yeah, and start with good news. Tell her that prenup agreement will protect you also from if something happen, if just in case you get divorced, that what you going to get. So be fair. So yes, definitely talk to her before even she come here to on fancy visa. So that's a good idea. So from JR, until the health situation in China clears up, I concentrate on improving myself, research dating customs, and narrow down my list.
Good job.
Yes,
From
absolutely.
Sly, no,
Oh,
we have a couple
I'm
to
sorry.
below. 1 second. From Sly, question on change poll. Do you think Ukrainian women will accept my dog? Question for Sly, will your dog accept your future wife? That's important too. Well, I mean, I really don't see a problem there.
Yeah,
So
they
you know-
love dogs and cats, so I don't think there will be any problem unless she has an allergy. So
Yeah,
Ask her.
that's the thing actually. Yes, unless somebody is allergic to that, so you might wanna. That might be a deal breaker because you can't have your wife suffocated every time she comes close to your dog and vice versa, and you can't get rid of your dog either. So you might wanna. The first question on the first date: are you allergic to dog fur? By any chance, I mean, which can be a deal. I was just talking to someone the other week about that. She's moving from Russia to Phoenix, and her husband is allergic to cats, cat fur. And so now she's thinking about leaving two of her cats behind in Russia. She's like, well, he's not allergic to dog, he can have
Yeah.
the beagle. So
yeah, I heard about somebody allergic to cat but not to dog. Unfair.
But yeah, so he
Like
can keep his
everything,
dog,
cats is
and
everything.
she has to leave her cats behind. Yeah.
So from
I'm sorry.
McKissick, another change I would make preparing the man cave for her arrival, putting up more family oriented. I think it was picture. Wall art. Oh, that's a good move.
Yeah, but again,
Do not put nothing on the
yeah,
walls
just
yet.
let
Not
her
yet.
pick whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah, just get rid of all that what you already don't use or you don't like, and just and when she come here, then pick some wall art or furniture. So
From Steve, does AFA have an office in Wuhan? I know his profile from there. Out of all places, Wuhan should be, that's where infection starts spreading from. If we had the stuff, they would be probably dead by now. Actually, I've been to that city. I was not impressed. Concrete jungle, Shenzhen is more impressive, it's more modern, it's very glamorous. Wuhan is not somebody who want to go voluntarily. I don't even know what I was doing there for that matter, but anyway, we don't have an office there. We have a couple profiles. So maybe after this whole thing with China is over, and if you're brave enough to go to Wuhan specifically, the main source of the infection, we can help you get there, maybe. But let's see, wait till the whole thing is over.
from JR, Chinese woman probably won't go in for my passionate support of my football team.
Oh, I mean, you would be surprised. Some women actually end up liking football. I'm a very good example of that. I have so much Minnesota Vikings merchandise that you can't even imagine. And if you want to learn some good Russian curse words, call me on the day when I watch my Vikings lose to Packers. You will hear a lot of those. So the same thing, I mean, I know a lot of women actually do start enjoying watching sports. Well, probably not baseball as much. I haven't heard anybody start enjoying baseball so far. But, football, basketball, those sports are actually fun to watch, and they want to share their husband hobby. It's not always the case. Some women just don't like it, and it's normal. But, there is a good possibility that your future life partner might share, that passion. From EC, I met several ladies during September Ukraine tour. There are 2 ladies in Kiev that I went on dates with, and they hinted they would like me to buy gifts for them. They wanted to take me to shopping in Gulliver's and that other mall, Ocean Plaza. Is this normal in Ukraine and Europe? It's not so normal in the US. Shouldn't be there more understanding of US culture? Again, it's a gray area, so I'm not crazy about shopping dates. So for example, as far as Gulliver Mall, most likely your schedule your date at Gulliver Mall because there's a movie theater, there's bowling, there's 3-4 restaurants. And okay, if you're going on the way to your restaurant, you're walking by a few stores and she's looking at something, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with getting something small. Of course, if she's, it's your first date and she's dragging you to shoe store or fur coat store, then yes, there's something wrong with that, and you should pass on this wonderful offer. But, in some way, the gray area is because, I'm saying it's gray area because it's kind of interesting situation. She's testing the water because, again, she's going to be giving up everything she has, and she wants to make sure that, this guy is not cheap and she will take care of her. She's not expecting diamonds or, anything ridiculous, but also she, needs to make sure, she's going to be taken care of and she's not be begging for bread on the corner of the street, when she gets here. So it's complicated, and again, take it case to case. I hate to generalize here and, you're saying, well, should they be more understanding of U.S. culture? How do they know U.S. culture? They haven't been to U.S. They don't know anything about U.S. culture. So, and you're in their country, so in this case, you probably need to be more respectful of their culture. But then again, with that being said, do not buy fur coats, especially in the beginning of a relationship. Not until you're actual couple, then, see how it goes and, make sure those things fit your budget and you're not doing anything outrageous. What do you think, Dina?
So I think it's hard to judge. So because you need to look at the situation. Yes, I agree that if she want to take you to like expensive store, like a boutique, and expect you to buy really expensive thing, that's a no. That's a really red flag. But it's like you go to the mall and you guys really go to movie or bowling. Yes, and she sees a store and. Why not? I mean, if it's fit your budget, but you need to decide, of course, how she treats you. I mean, or she just wanna go to that store and buy stuff, and that's it. So, I mean, or just like innocent, like thing, like I really want that thing. I mean, I really want that something. I don't know, that dress. But it's really not so much money, so why not? She's really probably testing the water.
It's all it is. She just most likely she just wants to see how her future life will be, because she will see, okay, if you in the beginning of our relationship we're supposed to be in love, and at this wonderful flowery stage, usually man is doing everything woman wants. So if at this stage she's already not willing to do give me a little something, so when I move there, do I really have to beg him for a new pair of socks every time? Because I'll depend on him financially for at least quite some time until I be able to work and all this. So she just needs to make sure that.
And some girls really like shopping, so it's their favorite thing, and maybe they don't have a lot of money there, so they don't make a lot of money. So if she's a nice girl and you see it and you really like her, and you see she's not really like looking like a model, from some services. So yeah, it's up to you, of course. If you totally cannot stand that she took you shopping, so move on. So you're not going to be happy.
So don't do anything you're not comfortable with. If you're not comfortable with spending this $50 with her, that's just totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Go date somebody else. But also, if you do go and buy her fur coat, please do not come back to us and say, I just disregarded everything you said, and I was extremely uncomfortable buying her fur coat, but I bought her fur coat.
Because you said, Anna and Dina, on that show, that she's tasting the water.
Yeah, so she's tasting water with the fur
mean
coat,
that.
That's, I'm not sure what to say there, actually. Anyway, from Edward.
The AFA Colombian tours sound great. Which is the best Colombian tour among all the cities that AFA holds tours? By best, I mean the tour where the most ladies attend a social. Does the tour include 2 socials? What is the difference among 7, 10 and 14 days AFA Colombian tours?
Well, Colombia is beautiful. Which tour is the best? It's hard to... Well, it depends if you're looking for beach vacation, I would say Cartagena or Barranquilla, so it just will, give you a little bonus of hanging out on the beach and just, do some water activities. But other than that, Medellin is equally great. There's so many great women there. We have wonderful office. So, as far as quality of women goes, doesn't make any difference. So just the only difference is Medellin is more inland, more up in the mountains, whether Cartagena is, on the water, and same as Barranquilla. So that's only really difference. As far as socials, yes, every tour to Latin America includes 2 socials. It's back to back, Friday and Saturday night. And the difference between 7, 10, and 14 days tour is the length of your stay. So you can stay in the hotel for 7 days, for 10 days, or 14 days, and number of introductions. So basically, if you're doing 14 days tour, then you have 14 days of ongoing introductions, or until you find someone you really like, and then you cut out the rest of the dates, and you're good, and you just keep proceeding with this exclusive dating. I hope that answers your question.
From Brian, hello ladies, what is the weather like in Ukraine in September? Hopefully warm.
Define warm. For somebody who lives in Phoenix, it's cold, but no, I mean it's first half of September should be about 65, 70, and it gets cool after that. Towards the end of September, it's 50 to 60 during the day, and at night it cools off to about 35, 40 at times. But again, it depends what part of Ukraine too. From Kisik, which professions do the foreign ladies have that will directly translate to the profession in the US besides the obvious? For example, cosmetology. I imagine for many there will be a retraining period. Dina, do you want to answer that?
Yes, even she's not going to be able to work for cosmetology either, so she will have to go to school and get a certificate. None of the, unless she go for work in shopping mall. So no, none of those professions she can use here.
She can work. If she was doing nails here, she can work.
She still needs to go and get a certificate. She cannot just go and work. So anything what she did there, you come in here and you just get the certificate for anything.
Certificate's not as bad as being
she
a doctor,
still needs to
lawyer,
go to.
but
She's not going to be a doctor here, so she'll need to go to school again. She will probably be able to be nurse after little classes. Some classes.
Yeah, she still will have to. Some whatever classes she took in college, some specific classes might be transferable, just the basic stuff. So she will have to redo her education here.
Yeah, that's going to be a training period first before she do anything.
Regardless what she's doing.
First of all, of course, English. If she speaks English very well, yes, it'll be easier, just a training period. But if she doesn't speak English, she will have to go to school to get her English classes done first.
All right, from Steven, how long will there be a ban to go to China because of coronavirus? Well, let me get my tarot out. I don't know. If I only could predict, I would play in the stock market. I would win something, really good. Unfortunately, I can't predict the future. So, I hope within a month they'll get things under control, and probably within a couple of months you'll be able to travel back and forth. But unfortunately, again, tarot reading is not my strong side, and so I can predict that.
From Steven, what part of New York or New Jersey?
If you're talking about seminar, it's gonna be Secaucus, New Jersey. I'm assuming that's gonna be the same venue as the last time. So
just come to close to date. Just call us.
It's close to New York, relatively close to New York. It was I think I was 20-minute drive from New York.
We're trying to have a close to airport, so you guys don't have you don't have to go far.
From Mark, Anna, what happens if you have to stay with family when you bring your lady to this country while you look for a place to live after you get married? Could be a good and a bad thing.
Depends on your family.
Yeah, that's on one hand, there might be some, she's already going to be under stress, moving to another country just by default. It is stressful. And then, coming into somebody's other personal space, that might be challenging. Even though your family is wonderful and all this, but, she'll feel like she has no personal space. And your family now will have somebody else living there, a total stranger that, with her habits, her lifestyle, whatever that might be. So that might cause some tensions and a little extra drama. So I guess it depends. I don't know if you live in a really big house and your family and her fiance pastor will not be crossing 20 times a day. Maybe it's a little easier, but if we're talking about 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom apartment, then a lot of family members, that's not gonna go well. So
Yeah, I agree. If you have a big house and everybody has their own space, so that's totally fine. Even maybe better because you're at work, she can interact with your family while you're out of for work. So it depends how big is the space. Everybody needs their own space, that's for sure.
yeah, the new couple just got to this country, and you guys would want to go out, do things, and just spend time together. And when you have other people constantly around, so I don't know. So
It depends.
yeah, so again, talk to her and.
But
talk to
everything
your
is
family.
possible. Yeah, you can explain her that you don't have your place right now, but when she come here, you can go shopping for house or, you guys really like each other. I don't think it's matter really.
From Daniel, I heard they won a few iDate awards. Congrats! Well, thank you, Daniel. Well, now I know. Nobody told me, but good to know.
Yeah.
And thank you for those who voted for us. We appreciate your votes, guys. And next year, vote again.
Thank you guys so much. Yes, looks like we don't have any more questions. So thank you guys for watching us and see you next week.
Thank you for watching.
Good
Have
night.
a good week.
Cartagena.
There's butterflies. There are so many thoughts running rampant through my mind right now. I'm excited. I'm a little bit fearful of the unexpected. I really don't know what to expect, and I think that's natural.